Have you ever sat in your quiet living room, looked at your life and thought, maybe it's not too late for love again? It's a thought many people have after 70. You've weathered loss. You've raised families. You've sacrificed. And now as the days slow down, the idea of sharing them with someone again can feel comforting, safe. But here's something no one talks about. Remarrying in your later years, while it may feel like a new beginning, often comes with invisible risks, financial strain, health burdens, even the quiet loss of your personal peace. This isn't a message to scare you. It's an invitation to reflect before you say I do again. Today, we'll explore 5 powerful reasons why experts urge seniors to think twice before remarrying after 70. We'll also share real stories from people just like you who found love again, but also unexpected consequences. If you've ever considered remarriage or know someone who is, this could be one of the most important conversations of your life. Before we begin, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We read every message. And if you're finding this helpful, please subscribe so you never miss a message made for your heart, your health, and your future. Now let's begin with the first hidden truth. Reason number 1, financial vulnerability. At first, love in your 70s feels like a warm blanket on a cold morning. Someone to talk to, someone to share meals with, someone to simply be there. But what many older adults don't realize is that remarriage at this stage of life can quietly unravel the financial safety net you've spent decades building. Let me tell you about Margaret. She was 73 when she married Thomas, a gentleman she met at a gardening club. They enjoyed long walks, Sunday brunches, and reading by the fireplace. It felt like a second chance at joy. But within a year, the joy turned into quiet confusion. Thomas had debt medical bills from years before. He also had 2 adult sons who expected help paying their own bills. Margaret, without knowing the full legal implications, began co-signing checks. She thought she was just being supportive. But one signature changed everything. Her pension was affected. She lost part of her survivor benefits from her late husband, and the home she had planned to leave to her daughter became tangled in new legal paperwork. This wasn't betrayal, it wasn't deceit. It was simply a lack of awareness. You see, when you remarry, your assets don't stay neatly separated unless legally protected. Retirement benefits, survivor payouts, Medicaid eligibility all can shift with just one document, a marriage certificate. Many seniors assume they can keep things separate, but the law doesn't always work that way. In fact, even if your new partner has good intentions, you're still legally bound to their financial past and sometimes to their financial future. And then there's inheritance. You may have children, even grandchildren you've worked a lifetime to support. You may think your estate plan is secure, but remarriage without a clear prenuptial agreement or updated will can change everything. Assets can default to the new spouse, leaving your family in confusion or even conflict. Financial stress isn't just about dollars. It's about dignity, peace of mind, the ability to make choices freely. Once that's disrupted, many older adults start to feel anxious, powerless, even ashamed. Some avoid talking to their children. Others try to hide the situation, hoping it'll fix itself. But it rarely does. The good news: this isn't about never finding love again. It's about being informed and being kind to your future self. If companionship is what you desire, there are ways to protect your legacy. Speak with a financial advisor. Set clear boundaries. Understand the laws in your state. And above all, never rush. Ask yourself gently, is my heart ready and is my wallet safe? Have you or someone you know ever experienced a surprise financial situation in later life? Type yes in the comments if this feels familiar. Let's keep going. Because next we're going to talk about something even more personal than money or health. Reason number 2, health responsibility overload. Imagine this. You finally reach the season of your life where you can rest. No early alarms, no doctor visits for someone else, no meals to cook unless you feel like it. Just your time at last. But then love walks in again, and with it responsibility. When you remarry after 70, you're not just sharing companionship. You're often stepping into someone else's health journey. That's what happened to Harold. At 76, Harold met Louise at a community choir group. She was warm, funny, and had a sparkle in her eyes. They started seeing each other, and soon they married. But what Harold didn't expect was how quickly Louise's health began to decline. She had memory lapses, then arthritis flare-ups. Soon, Harold was driving her to appointments, managing her medications, helping her bathe, and even lifting her in and out of bed. His own back pain worsened. His sleep suffered. And his spirit grew heavy. He once whispered to a friend, "I wanted someone to hold, not someone to hold up." The truth is, caregiving, especially in your 70s or 80s, is deeply taxing. Many seniors already face their own health hurdles: high blood pressure, diabetes, vision problems, joint pain. Adding another person's needs, especially without a plan, can turn daily life into quiet exhaustion. And science backs this up. Studies have shown that seniors caring for a partner are more likely to skip their own checkups, eat poorly, suffer from isolation, and experience depression. Caregiving can even shorten your lifespan because you're giving from a well that's not being refilled. Take a moment. Have you ever ignored your own pain to care for someone else? That's love, but it can also be dangerous. None of this is to say that caring for a partner is wrong. In fact, it can be beautiful, but it must come with honest conversations, realistic expectations, and shared support. If your new partner is already managing chronic illness, ask, am I emotionally and physically able to support that? For how long, and what happens when I can't? There are also ways to protect yourself. Home care aides, support groups, elder care planning services. Your energy at this stage in life is sacred. Guard it. As Patricia, a retired nurse, once said after caring for her second husband through a long illness, "I gave everything I had, but I forgot to leave something for myself." And that's the core message here. Don't forget you. Your needs, your healing, your rest, they matter just as much as anyone else's. So before you say "I do," again ask the deeper question, can I pour into someone else without emptying myself? Have you ever found yourself in a caregiving role that felt heavier than expected? Let us know in the comments. Type "care" if this resonates with you. Now take a breath, because next we'll explore a topic many don't think about until it's too late: how love can quietly shift your legal world. Reason number 3, legal complications. When we think of love, we rarely think of courtrooms, documents, or legal battles. But once you're over 70, remarriage isn't just an emotional decision, it's a legal contract. And that contract carries weight. Let me share the story of Dorothy. She was 79, full of life, and met Charles at a church fundraiser. They clicked. After a year of companionship, they tied the knot. Her children were happy for her until complications arose. Dorothy became ill. During her hospital stay, Charles, as her new husband, automatically became her legal decision-maker. He had the authority to choose treatments, manage her medications, even make end-of-life decisions. Dorothy's daughter, Emily, who had been by her side for decades, was legally sidelined. When Charles made choices that Emily disagreed with, about surgery, about hospice, tensions rose. And after Dorothy passed, the situation worsened. Even though Dorothy had written a will years ago, state law gave Charles a significant portion of her estate. The house she promised to her grandchildren gone. The heirlooms meant for her children contested. The grief that should have brought the family together pulled them apart. This isn't a rare story. In many states, a new spouse is entitled to a portion of your estate, even if your will says otherwise, unless you've taken very specific legal steps. This includes updating wills, creating prenuptial agreements, and redefining power of attorney. But how many people walk into remarriage thinking about those things? Most seniors are thinking about companionship, not court documents. Yet this oversight can undo a lifetime of careful planning. Social Security is another hidden trap. If you're receiving survivor benefits from a late spouse, remarriage could disqualify you. That monthly check you count on for bills, groceries, peace of mind, it could vanish. And what about your medical wishes? Do your adult children know what you want if something goes wrong? Have you set up advanced directives? If not, your new spouse, however kind or well-meaning, may make decisions that don't reflect your deepest values. The hard truth, inferno. Love doesn't erase legal reality. And in your later years, clarity is kindness, not just to yourself, but to your family. If you're considering remarriage, take the time to meet with an elder law attorney, talk with your children, make decisions with your eyes open, not just your heart. There's nothing unromantic about protecting your legacy. In fact, it's one of the most loving things you can do for everyone involved. As Leonard, a 74-year-old widower, once said after redoing his will, "I still believe in love, but now I believe in legal peace too." Have you thought about how remarriage might affect your estate or your healthcare decisions? Type legal in the comments if this is something you've considered. We're not done yet, because next we'll talk about a quieter consequence, one that doesn't show up on paper, but that you feel deep in your soul: the loss of personal freedom. Reason number 4, loss of personal freedom. There's a kind of peace that only comes with age. The peace of slow mornings, of reading in silence, of eating what you like when you like, of no longer needing to explain yourself or ask for permission. After 70, that peace becomes sacred. But remarriage, however loving, can sometimes take it away. Let me introduce you to Clara. She was 77, widowed for a decade, and had carved out a life of quiet joy. She loved her morning tea by the window, afternoon strolls with her neighbor's dog, and Sunday puzzles with her granddaughter. Then she met Richard. He was charming, attentive, and made her feel seen. It felt like a gift from the universe. They married, and at first it was lovely. But little things began to shift. Richard liked the TV on all day. He preferred heavy dinners, loud music, and frequent visits from his grown children. Clara, once free to shape her days, gently found herself adjusting constantly. Her solitude vanished. She no longer had her morning stillness. Her spontaneous walks became scheduled errands. Her quiet home now echoed with voices not her own. One afternoon, Clara whispered to a friend, "I love him, but I miss my own rhythm." This is what many don't expect. Remarriage often means compromise, and at this stage in life, compromise feels heavier than it used to. In your 30s or 40s, you're building a life together. Routines aren't set, you bend, grow, adapt. But in your 70s, you've already done that. You've shaped a life that fits you. That feels like home. Bringing someone new into that space can feel like rearranging the furniture of your soul. It's not about being selfish, it's about being honest. Do you enjoy your own space, your own quiet, your own choices? Because remarriage, even a gentle one, will ask you to share. That might look like adjusting your meals, your schedule, even how you spend your money. It might mean entertaining their family, compromising on vacations, or negotiating how to spend holidays. And slowly your life might begin to revolve around someone else's needs again. That's not necessarily wrong. For some, it's worth it. But for others, the price is too high. There's a beauty in aging alone, not in isolation, but in sovereignty. In being able to wake up and say, "This day is mine." You deserve that. You deserve relationships that enhance your peace, not ones that require you to constantly adjust to maintain them. If you're considering remarriage, ask yourself, do I feel more free with this person or less? The answer matters. And so does the shape of your life, your mornings, your habits, your silence. Have you ever felt like your peace was slowly slipping away in a relationship? Type freedom if that rings true for you. We're almost there. Because in the next part, we'll uncover the final and perhaps most quietly dangerous reason why remarriage after 70 must be approached with deep caution. Reason number 5, financial entanglement. Money in your 70s isn't just money. It's stability, it's security, it's the soft place you land when the world feels uncertain. And when you've spent a lifetime building it, raising kids, paying off a home, saving carefully, it becomes more than numbers in a bank. It becomes your freedom. But remarriage, especially without clear preparation, can quietly place that freedom at risk. Let me tell you about Frank. He was 82, a retired school teacher. He had worked hard all his life, lived modestly, and managed to save enough to live comfortably. After his wife passed, he spent 5 quiet years on his own. Then he met Linda. She was kind and full of life. She had grown children from a previous marriage and a few debts she rarely mentioned. Frank fell for her warmth, not her finances. They married. And within 2 years, Frank found himself paying off Linda's unpaid medical bills, helping her adult son with rent, and watching his savings dwindle. He even sold his lakeside cabin, the one he had hoped to leave for his daughter. "I just wanted someone to sit beside me," he said softly, "but I ended up giving away everything I built." This isn't uncommon. When you remarry, your financial life becomes intertwined. Even if you don't share bank accounts or live lavishly, the legal connection changes everything. Your Social Security benefits can shift. Your pension may be affected. If your new spouse carries debt or has different spending habits, your careful budgeting can be disrupted. And if you haven't updated your will, your estate could unintentionally benefit their side of the family more than yours. This isn't about mistrust. It's about preparation. Because at this age, you no longer have the luxury of financial trial and error. You can't afford to figure it out later. Every dollar represents time you worked for and years of careful living. So how can you protect yourself? Start by having open conversations, yes, even the uncomfortable ones. Ask about debt, talk about spending habits, discuss expectations. Speak with a financial advisor. Consider a prenuptial agreement. Review your will, your power of attorney, and your estate plan. These steps aren't about being cold. They're about being clear, being kind to your future self and to those who love you. Because what begins as emotional companionship can become financial confusion if not approached wisely. And in this chapter of life, peace of mind is more valuable than any romantic notion. So ask yourself, am I ready to merge my life financially? Am I prepared to navigate the legal ties that come with love? If there's any hesitation, honor it. You deserve to feel secure, to feel steady, to protect what you've built without apology. Have you ever experienced a financial surprise in a relationship later in life? Type money in the comments if that's ever happened to you. Now let's gently bring all of this together into one final reflection. Because the question isn't just, should I remarry? It's what kind of life do I want to live now? Final reflection. By the time we reach our 70s, we've weathered more than most will ever understand. We've loved deeply, lost unexpectedly, cared for others until we forgot ourselves. And finally, we've arrived at a chapter where peace becomes our most cherished companion. That's why remarriage isn't just about love. It's about what you're willing to carry and what you're finally ready to lay down. Throughout this video, we've explored 5 powerful truths. That love can sometimes cost financial stability. That caregiving may demand more than you can give. That legal ties can bring unexpected stress. That freedom so hard-earned can slip away. And that without clarity, your nest egg may quietly disappear. But this isn't a call to give up on companionship. It's a call to choose wisely. Because connection doesn't have to wear a wedding ring. It can come from close friends, family neighbors, or even quiet mornings in your favorite chair. So before you say "I do" again, try saying "I deserve." You deserve a life that honors your peace, your rhythm, and your hard-earned rest. And maybe all it takes to begin is one gentle step. Talk with a loved one. Review your will. Reflect on what truly brings you joy. Your next chapter should be written on your terms. If you found this helpful, please like this video, share it with a friend, and leave a comment. What part of this spoke to you most? And don't forget to subscribe so you'll never miss another message made just for you. Your legs aren't just limbs, they're your freedom. And your choices now, they carry you farther than you ever imagined.